afternoon. This is Mala from Hearts&Minds Development Center. Welcome to Being Whole, Being Me. I was a little bit surprised because I suddenly, I wasn't ready. So, good afternoon. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Hello. Good afternoon, Gerald. And Vyasa, you're here. So lovely to see you. So, good afternoon. I'm sure all of you are as excited as me to meet Lina Ali. I met Lina yesterday and she blew my mind away with just her presence. So, I'm very excited to bring up the artist. So, let's just bring up and talk to her. Lina, come on.
Hi, Mala. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. Oh, I love your sari, by the way, and we're both wearing pink today.
Come.
You're more pink than me, though. I didn't have a
Sorry?
pink jacket. You're more pink than me. I don't have a pink jacket.
Yes. This is a gift from my friend Nagesh, so I thought I'll wear it today. So it's a pink
Nice.
day for me, and I'm just loving the fact that you managed to change your virtual background, Lina.
Yeah, yeah. I found that out just.
Just in the last 5 minutes, right? So, Lina,
Yeah.
thank you for saying yes. I must say thank you to Alia for pushing the agenda through, saying, I must meet Lina. So, good
Thank
afternoon,
you, Talia.
Lina. Tell us
Yes.
about you. So,
Okay.
when I was trying to prepare for my introduction of you, okay,
Uh-huh.
it was interesting because you put there, I'm an entrepreneur, who turned into an artist. And I was thinking, but she's an entrepreneur, so she should be an enterprising artist or, something like that. So you were, or you, okay, tell me how it works. You consider yourself an entrepreneur in the past, and now you're an artist. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, in a way, yeah. I know, like you said, Mala, I agree with you. Entrepreneur, even an artist, if you're running a business or whatever, you're still an entrepreneur, right? But when I say the shift from entrepreneur to artist was because, previously I had my own businesses, right? I've been running several businesses in my life. And just this year, I decided that's it. I'm letting everything go and I'm just going to concentrate on my arts because I have been putting it on hold for 20 years. And
Wow.
my focus is not about, yeah, not about building the big business. I just want to be what I want to be. That was
So, what is it that you want to be, Lina?
I want to be an artist. I don't have to say that anymore because I am an artist, and it feels so good saying that. Because whenever people ask me last time, what do you want to be? What do you want to do when you retire? In my heart is all I want to be an artist, but I'm not. So it really it sucks not be doing what you really want to do. So
Okay,
making
so
the
I'm going to like annoy you a little bit. You want to be an artist? This is
Mm.
like the song when I was just a little girl kind of a thing, right? So you want to be an artist, or you're already an artist now, Lina?
I am an artist now.
Woo! Okay,
Woo!
so it's no,
Yes,
no more of this. I want to be. I want to
yes,
be. I want
no.
to be. But you've just embraced your passions and your through presence and through being as an artist. So welcome, artist Lina Ali. So tell us, because you are telling me this is like your 20-year dream,
Yes.
and you made your dream come through. Hi, James. So tell me,
Hi,
like,
James.
what made you like wait for 20 years? So as you're saying this, I'm trying to remember when I was much younger, not younger, much younger.
Yes.
I wanted to become a dancer, right?
Mhm.
I'm thinking whether one day I can say I'm a dancer. No, I won't go there. So tell us what happened in this. So tell us this wait, the 20-year wait. Tell us what it's all about.
Okay, here's the thing. I've always loved arts from young, entered competitions, represented this and that. So I've won a lot of things. When after my SPM, I wanted to pursue arts, and my teacher actually told me, okay, do this, and that. But when you come from a family which is financially we're not that strong, and my parents weren't that exposed to things, right? So it's not their fault. They just want the best for their kids. And then we had a chat about it, and they said, you we don't think you can make money through arts. And I agreed with them. So I applied for something else. And I got a scholarship to UK actually. But you know, when in your heart you don't really want to do it, you'll find all sorts of excuse. And I've been quite independent since I was 16 because I worked after school hours until SPM. So I supported myself for my studies and all that. So my parents, couldn't really say much when I don't want to go. And once I turned that down, I started working and all that, right? So I have this in me. One day I'll do it. But the longer you wait, I realize this, the longer you wait, the scarier it becomes. And then when you come to a certain age, oh my God, all the artists are so young. If I start now, what's going to happen? Can I make it? And then that thing, can I really make money, has always been on my mind for a very long time. So it got pushed forward to the point that like it took 20 years. And yeah, if I wasn't going to do it this year, which I just started, I probably would never do it at all. So and it hurts because you know what you want to do. That's the problem with me. I knew what I want, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because of the fear and the self-limiting beliefs that we go through things in school. Maybe I didn't feel pretty enough to be in front of people, so my artwork couldn't be good enough. I had all those issues, and like I didn't even realize I had those issues, Mala. That's the worst thing, like I thought that it's just because I didn't have enough money, I'll do it later. But I didn't realize that I had other self-limiting beliefs issues as well. So that really, like a bulk of things that slowed me down. Yeah. So it was, yeah, that took 20 years of my life.
So, do you feel pretty enough now to put up your beautiful artwork?
Oh, we're all beautiful. Come on. I
No,
don't have a,
it's not, I but right now I'm feeling good. It's Friday. I'm in my pink sari and I've got my accessories, so I'm feeling good right now, right? But I think you've brought up something really interesting, which is you said, I don't feel pretty enough to put up my work.
yes,
And I'm
yes,
sure. So I mean, it's interesting because I can understand if you were doing modeling, if and you thought I'm not pretty enough to put myself out there. But here you are creating beautiful creation, right? And I thought the focus is on the product. And you're saying, I'm not pretty enough to put up my work or to stand beside my work.
yes,
Um,
yes.
Tell us a
It's,
little bit more about that, so that I'm sure we all can relate to that in parts, if not whole. Yeah. So tell us, when you say not pretty enough, what did you mean, and how did you transition to feel that now you are pretty enough for your work?
okay. How it happened, I guess, in life, sometimes, you do get things like people don't want to talk to you, or something happened, your friends ditch you, and you kind of feel like, oh, I'm loved, I'm not good enough. I tried to win back the love, I didn't get it, that kind of thing. So you kind of think like, oh, maybe I'm not that good enough, and people do criticize you sometimes. It's normal, and we feel like, oh, maybe they're right. So we kind of listen to the outside thing, and we kind of believe everything that people tell us, which is not good, right? And that's normal in life. So it gets to a point that and physically, I don't I always compare myself. Oh my God, that person is so hot, and you're not. And
I, I, I hope you're
I
pointing at me instead that person. So okay, okay,
yeah,
I
I'm pointing at you. Yeah, the person is so hot. I'm not. I can't go on videos. I can't put my face, next to my painting. So when you start thinking of about that, like about yourself, it translates into your artwork as well, because art is something you express. So if I can't feel pretty enough, whatever I create is not going to be good enough as well. So this is something that I realized. Actually, after I went through, I got a mentor. I went through a lot of sessions of, NLP and this and that, and I start realizing about myself. Um, and that's when, like, you have to do exercises to understand yourself, and get rid of this all these self-limiting beliefs. It took a while, yeah. And it happened actually because I lost money in the business too. If it didn't happen, if I was making a lot of money, maybe I wouldn't sit down and think, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I pursue my dream? But because I lost a lot of money, I had time to think, Lina, why didn't you pursue your dream when you could have? Yeah. So that's
wow.
that. Yeah, that's the thing
Right.
about life. Life teaches us things to through experiences, and but we got to be aware of it. Can yeah,
Yeah, life always teaches, right? Whether
yeah,
we can learn the lessons life teaches, or whether you're a slow
yeah,
learner or a fast learner. But
yeah.
Lina, I want to go back to this Preeti statement.
Mhm.
Um, so tell me, what was your transition like? I know you said you did some work, you did some personal development work on yourself for you to feel good enough to put out your work, right?
Mhm.
So and I'm trying to get at this because I think the whole idea is there would be a lot of people who not necessarily want to be an artist, but they would have dreams and they know in their heart this is what me makes me feel like me, right? It's authentic,
Alive.
alive.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and we all know, at some point we've chosen a career path which is more practical, but with that practicality there's always this nagging feeling about, oh, I wish I could do something, like I wish I had done this for life. And we wait and wait and wait, and I'm so glad that despite you waiting for 20 years, after 20 years you chose to reclaim your dream,
Yeah.
right? Right. And that's good, because some people never get that. They go leave this world, taking or leaving their dreams behind. I think that's so sad, right? So tell me, what is, if there's one instance where I don't know whether you woke up or you felt like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. What's that moment for you?
Okay. Um, After you have first, it comes with realization. After I lost money in a business, and I had a realization like, why didn't I become an artist when I had the money? Because my issue was I need to have a lot of money before I can become an artist. That was a big point for me because of my young childhood, right? We didn't have lots. So then I had that realization. Then then when I start having awareness, learning about myself and my self-limiting beliefs and all that. Okay, after all the exercises I went through, I was still running my business. I was like still scared of, making the commitment. There is still fear. And then one day when I was doing my other business, I was like, okay, I'll do my arts part time, and I'll still concentrate on my business because I'll have money then. And then one day when I was working on my business, I felt so tired. It was like, I know it was a Saturday. I felt like I'm so tired. I'm so fed up doing this. And I said to myself, why aren't I just doing my arts? What's wrong with you, Lina? You are still at that point that you feel that you need to make money first before you do your arts. Then I said, screw it. I'm so tired of doing other things. I just want to do what I want to do. And it was just like a day, of being tired of doing my business, which was making money, but it wasn't, it was killing me because I want to do that, but I'm doing that part time. So I said, okay, never mind, screw it. I called my husband who was stuck in abroad because of COVID. I said to him, I said, babe, I don't have lots of money. I've only got a few months of cash to survive, because he was using money as well. He was stuck abroad, no work, right? And then I said, but this is what I want to do. I want to be an artist. I want to do it full time. I don't care about anything else. And all he said was, yeah, okay. And then I feel like, okay, because like when you're talking about like, this is what I want to do, pop, 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 what can your husband say? Your husband can't say much. Just like, okay, you do what you
Especially when he's so far away, right?
yeah, when he's so far away.
Yeah, and he probably, I don't know how you had a conversation with your husband. He probably thought this is one of the moods, or hormonal changes my wife is experiencing. She'll come around and change her mind, but he probably didn't realize you're never changing your mind. So have you said this to him regularly?
No, the moment I said that, I did it. I dropped
So
everything. I don't
you're
want to
not
look
the
at
type who always says, I want to do this and then don't do. Like, this is the time you woke up, you decided, I'm done with existing in life, and I'm just going to live my life, and I'm going to be an artist, right? And you did that when while your business was doing well. So what I really liked about what you said was very much, I think, the typical trap, whether it is from employment to becoming a business owner, or pursuing stuff that we love as hobbies, right? Making it
yeah.
part time, right? So we all struggle with it. or
Yeah.
wanting to be a mom and a career woman, for example. So these
Yeah.
are conflicts and struggles that I find a lot of our speakers experience, but they're able to share, right? And you made the shift, so congratulations, right? So you told
Thank
me
you.
this, right, Lina? You said fear. But before that, right, I'm going to say hello to our LinkedIn friend. I think Ilangovan, thank you for coming. You are appearing as LinkedIn user, so thanks for coming. Ilangovan is coming for the first time.
Hi, Len.
Cheryl says, who we are or who we think we are related to what we do as well can relate, Lina. I struggle with it
Definitely.
for a while as well. Hey, Cheryl, that means you overcame already, one. If you have overcome, tell us what is it that you've overcome so that we can get you inspired and then we can get you on the show too, Cheryl. Come on, tell us publicly. Make a public confession now. Vyasa says, so relate to what you're saying. So Vyasa, tell us what is the transition you made so that again, we can get to know you. Gerald says, Lina, good that you bit the bullet and went ahead to be happy. So Gerald is a friend of mine who is always in the happy mode and always is in the presence of happiness. And what's the worst that can happen? We fail. We keep trying and we grow. We only get stronger, and I can relate to what you're saying. All the best to you. Thank you, Gerald. Cheryl says off and on la. Hey, you cannot run away like this. You must tell me what is it that you were struggling with and you got out. Okay, so I mean, people here are already relating to it, and people who are watching later can relate to it, right? And I can relate to art. If I can tell you this story, right? I was horrible at art. Horrible, horrible. I like art, but I was really bad. I can't even trace a map because my spatial intelligence is so horrible, right? And so what happened is when I was doing my NLP practitioner program, I had this lovely trainer, Anne Munro, and I hope she watches it at some point, otherwise I'll tell her. And so we had to draw pictures of a metaphor of where we are and where we're going to be. And I've always
Mm,
used the metaphor of the butterfly, right? And
lovely.
how it comes up from the, I just love it.
Yeah. Lovely, right?
But
Beautiful.
now she tells me you got to draw it. And I had to draw it freehand. Can't even first and foremost, I can't even copy, right? And so what happened is I drew, and it was so horrible. I was so ashamed of my work. And then I had all my other peers who put up their work. It was like decent, lah. Not all of them are fantastic, but decent enough to see. I tell you, I cringed with so much of shame, Alina. It was like so difficult for me. Not already I was suffering from a low self-esteem, and then now you ask me to put up something that I'm not proud of, right? I can't remember whether I cried or not. I was so ashamed of myself, and had a conversation with me because I think she could see my whole body language, right? And I told her, I said, and I can't draw, and this is so embarrassing. And so finished. I did put up my work, but I really wanted to like cover my face or not show my face.
I can, yeah.
And what Anne did was this, right? Anne said, let's get through this. And so we organized a 3-day drawing workshop, and she organized it for us. And what Anne helped me specifically, so there was our whole team, but specifically for me is that I went from not being able to copy something, trace something, to be able to draw a self-portrait in 3 days. And what I
Amazing,
did was that
amazing.
when I did, I'm looking for the picture. I tried the whole night. I couldn't
And you
find.
can't find it?
That's
Oh,
why I'll
okay.
send it to Lina. But what was amazing for me is this, right? It totally shifted the way I saw life, right? Because now I know. Now, after that experience of self portrait, what I don't say I can't do something. I know if I set my heart, I find the teacher and I practice, I can hack it. So today, if you ask me, can I draw? I can draw. I make my own cards when I love people enough, right? But I think the whole idea is that one artist, that one ability to now say I can draw well,
Yeah,
well enough
yeah.
to my satisfaction, right, has shifted me. And of course, we all know art heals, right? I mean, whenever you take colors and you draw, you take photos, it just heals you because art for me any form of art, whether it's drawing, dance, singing, any form of art, whatever that's known as art, is our creative expression of our souls for, for our own healing, right? So that's mine. So when I was talking to you yesterday, I was very triggered by the story that you told me, because it reminded me of Anne Munro. And if you're listening, cheers to you, waiting for you to come on this show too. Now let's go back to your story, and because I had mentioned the story to you yesterday. You said fear, because for me that was a whole lot of self-esteem, self-belief, low, whole works, right? No confidence. But just doing that one thing gave me confidence. In your case, you were already very skilled, you were very talented, you were winning competitions, correct?
Yeah.
And your fear was the fear of the what the world was telling you about success.
Yes.
The world had painted to you a picture of what can be successful, which career can make money, which career cannot.
Yeah.
I hear you, I get you, and I'm sure many people get you, right? But what was it during that moment when you woke up where you decided, you know what, I'm not going to be fearful of uncertainty anymore, and I'm going to be true to myself, which is to be an artist. So do you remember that moment you spoke to your husband, like when the fear left you, right? Tell me what happened.
Okay, here's one thing I don't tell people, right? I have a problem of getting angry, which my mentor, and I tell people if we have all issues, a good mentor really helps because we can't diagnose ourselves what's going on with ourselves. So he told me like I have a problem of getting angry, which I can be patient for. Very, you can step on my toe, I'll be like, please don't step on my toe, that kind of person. But I don't like to shout, I don't. So being angry is not about shouting. It's like you have to know sometimes you got to be angry with certain things. And I was on that Saturday, I was angry with myself. Why aren't I doing what I love most, what makes me happy? So I told my coach that time, I got angry. And he was like, good, you got angry. So that was the thing. I wasn't angry enough at myself for not going after my dream, because I was
Oh,
this patient person, right? That it's okay, it's okay. Sometimes, no, it's not okay. I felt that it's not okay, Lina. You have been doing this to yourself. Screw the world. Who cares what? Okay, when it comes to art, right? Or actually, when anything, it's not about uh not everyone is going to love us. We've got to understand that. So I've got to put it in my head. Some people are going to say that's ugly, but ugly stuff sells for millions of dollars as well. So it's not about it's ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly to you. It's not ugly to other people. So I had to like, okay, if some people say it's ugly, so what? Other people are going to find it nice. Other people are going to love it. So I can't please everyone. That's the thing. We are not here to please everyone. You should be pleasing yourself first, so you should be making, like, if you're an artist, you should be making art that you love, not art that people want to buy, because that's not you. Then you're just doing something for the sake of making money. Again, that word, making money. So this thing about like the fear of it's not going to happen, it's not, I just like pushed it aside, and I just said to myself, I just want to be happy, I want to love what I do. And the moment I did that, there's this liberating feeling, and of course, sometimes that feeling comes up, then it comes down, right? So what you got to do is, like, for me as an artist, I just paint. When I paint, I don't care, nobody's looking at me, I can wear my shorts and paint and whatever, right? And I'm just happy. So when I'm happy, I'm creating beautiful stuff. How can I be wrong? I can't be wrong. I'm being true to myself. You don't like it, it's okay, I like it. And sometimes I don't like it that much, but some people say, wow, that's nice. And I go like, okay, that was just normal. That's just like, okay, I did that in a few minutes. So yeah, so you don't know. And it's not about like you're being perfect, or it has to be perfect. It's not about that at all. It's just you're happy doing what you do, and that is something that translates into an art piece. That is what people feel like when you make that butterfly. It's not that portrait, right? It's not about like it's perfectly symmetrical, it looks exactly that the person, it's the feeling that goes inside the portrait. That's what people feel. If you can translate that into a portrait, people can feel it. It's just that. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I have to say no, no, the butterfly didn't make it. So,
you'll never know. It might go like sell for tens of thousands on NFT. I've seen like,
ah,
oh my god, like my brother was saying, I can draw that. You
well,
never know.
I've stuck on with poems instead. So it's like, okay, now I write poems, and I don't care whether
Wow.
people like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So what I liked about what you said just now, right, Lina, is it's about love. You said very nicely. It's going to sound exciting if I said you said make love,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
and that's what you said. Make love, and I want you to just continue and say, okay, make love, don't have sex alone, right? And what you're saying is that when you're in the moment, when you're doing what you really really love, that's love, taking a form, and in your case, it's taking the form of art,
Mhm.
right?
Very,
And
very true.
yeah, it's taking, and we all have different forms of expression of who we are, and how we bring about our love for life, and that's exactly what you're actually saying here, which I think is fantastic. And who cares about the world? But do we need to care? We don't. You don't think we don't
No,
have to care about the world at
no,
all?
we don't have to care. I
Okay, let
mean,
me
like
ask
you,
you,
yeah,
if
if
you
you,
have the wisdom that you have today,
mhm.
would you have become an artist much earlier?
Oh, definitely, yeah. But here's the thing about life: no regrets. You shouldn't
Nice.
have regrets because, like, there's a beauty in starting late in life, right? Because you've gone through all the shit. I don't know whether I can say it. You've gone through all that.
And you
You've
said
experienced
screw
stuff.
just now, so shit is not as bad as screw just now, okay?
So okay, so you've gone through all that, and that kind of makes you the person you are, isn't it? Like, I didn't become this person if I didn't go through all those
Nice.
painful things in my life and all those beautiful things in my life as well. So it's great to start late in life. It's also great to start early in life. There's no, I mean, the moment is now, the time is now. There's no you're too late or you're too young. But yeah, if I had known this earlier, if I had understood myself earlier, I would have done it much earlier.
Nice. Nice. So
Yeah.
what I'm hearing from you is not when you start, but continuously seeking to understand the self. And when you are ready, you will know it. And whenever you are ready, that's the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what people don't do is they don't stop to ask. And
Nice.
I did that as well. Like, just before I became an artist, I had a multi-millionaire investor offering me to invest in my digital business. Now I was at a junction where, oh my God, Lina, you can be a millionaire very fast, because whoever works with him becomes a millionaire very fast. And then I had to decide. He knows that I wanted to be an artist, but I know when an investor comes into your business, you can't be one foot in and one foot out. You got to go all in. So I will again forsake my art, being an artist. So I had to make a decision. Is it money or is it love? And then
And
what
you
happened? Yeah, I chose love, but you got to be smart about it. I told myself, who says doing what you love can't make you money? You got to tell yourself that. Who says that? Like, if you pursue your passion, you can't make money. When I didn't pursue my passion, I was doing other businesses. I lost money. I've lost, I've made. So it's the same. Pursuing your passion or not, you can lose money in jobs, in business. Might as well you do something you love, because you have more drive to make it work. And you wake up every day, and like, if something is not right, you don't go say like, I'm not going to paint anymore. Because you know what, if I don't make money also, I'll still be painting. I was painting before I was making money. So why not, like, if it's a business, you can make it work. So don't think that if we pursue our passion, it's not going to work. It's just something we do. So it's regardless. Might as well do something you love. We only got how many years in this world anyway, right?
So what I'm hearing you, Lina, you're saying in whatever choices that we make, we will win some, we will lose some. Anyway.
Mm,
So
yeah.
why don't you do the winning and losing in a space where you make love and you are happy?
Yeah, you put it in better words than me.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why you write poems.
No, so otherwise I don't get to keep my job, right? I need to look like I'm contributing to the conversation because you're giving me all your input. So at least when I summarize and you tell me, Mother, that's the one that I'm
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least I still have my job. I mean, really, right? Because
it's
what
true.
you put, I mean, I can relate to it as a business person, right? Have I been making money all the time? No. There were years that you're on a slump, right? But nobody recognizes that. And same like that, if you are an employee, you might have income, but something also drains your income. So there's always this input and output that's happening. And sometimes we're very skewed, biased in the way we think. So anyhow, money is going to come, money is going to go, right? And as we think about it, right? So in the choices that we make, why don't we make choices that make us happy? Why don't we make choices that is love based? Why don't we make choices that brings the best out of us, where we feel so fully alive? Because I mean, truthfully, we don't know how much time we have, and I think that's like not golden nuggets; they are diamond nuggets. We need to introduce diamond nuggets now, right? Okay, fantastic. So we're
Okay.
gonna go into. So I love the way you actually knew you were very good at art, but you decided to take the practical path while you were doing really well, and at the point where someone was there, trying to make you give you an opportunity to be um, world in the world's way successful. At that moment, there was a lot of courage to choose what you love.
Yes.
And I think that's fantastic, because sometimes that's a test to tell you how much you really love art. We're going to go into talking about how perhaps art as a healing process, and how has it helped you heal, because there must be something about art that drew you to it. But before we do that, I want to do advertisement, boleh tak?
Of course.
So this advertisement tak kena bayar. This is for Maler. So we are, almost at the end of the year. So on the 30th, which is the last Friday, we are thinking we'll bring in a special guest, whom you've been seeing every day, which is Maler. So we're going to start. I'm thinking that we'll end the session. Of course, my friends pushed me and encouraged me to do it. So we're gonna have a session called Ask Maler Anything, right? And I'm looking for any one of you who is daring enough to ask me questions live. I know I'm setting a trap for myself. So if you're interested in asking me questions, can you DM me? Say that you want to be on the show on the 30th to ask Maler questions. All right. So if you are ready to do that, and if you want to do that, and if you have questions for me, those who are listening, at any point of time, say yes, that you have some questions for me. And those who are a bit more bold and daring, to put me, or who've been waiting to get their revenge, to ask me questions, just let me know whether you want to come on board. All right, that was the advertisement, Lina. Are we ready with you?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So, Brani,
Oh, Brani. Oh my God, Mala. Honestly, I never do live. I still have fear. Not that I don't have. So like you are so Brani, man. Go, go, go.
no, no. It's either Brani or Bodo.
Okay lah, okay lah. I also want to be Brani like that.
But because we are on live show, we take it as Brani. But you know what goes on underneath? But you know what? However scary it is, I think just being able to wear these saris and accessories give me that distraction that I
Superpower.
power. Okay, let's move on and see who are the people who are going to come and say, I want to ask you questions, right? So tell us, when did you realize that you love art?
Oh, when? God, I think probably 8 years old. Yeah, because since 8 years old, I remember every time it's art time. They hang the good artwork, so called, right, on the walls, and I always look forward to that because my artwork is normally there. And I remember one time, one class teacher passed by another class teacher and said to my teacher, she couldn't have made that. Must be her mom. And then like my teacher said, no, 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 she really made that. Because my teacher knows that I do, and she stood up for me and said, no, she really made that. And that class teacher said she couldn't. And I still remember that conversation. But I look forward to that, and I know that that made me happy. Because when we were young, if you don't have, like, we don't have toys, gadgets and stuff, right? My family had financial problem. What do I have? I have my pencil and color pencil, papers, that's it. And those were the things that keep me happy, I don't have to care about what's happening in my household, or we I didn't have the feeling that we didn't have this and that. I was happy I had my art. I don't really have much to complain about, like we don't have this like other kids and all that. So yeah, so it started from young. It gave me something that it's not material, it's just happiness. Sometimes when I draw something, it takes me away from thoughts, unhappy thoughts, and it's my getaway place. I go to this like fantasy land, magical land. I do a lot of fairy tales. I copy a lot of those fairy tales characters and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, that's when I knew I
Okay,
was
so
me.
tell me, you intuitively seem to have known that art heals you
Yes,
from a very young age,
yes.
and of course, having the skills and the talent help you to produce great work. Would it be possible for you to just share with us, as a child, when you were that young, and whatever that young is, one incident where you felt that you were hurting, and you spent your time and energy in art, and now, of course, at the time you may not have known, but now you know that it was the art that kept you going. Do you have any incidents that you can share?
um well, that's a couple, but let's just say I remember I was hospitalized, right? And I asked for my parents to bring me my watercolors and my art book, because
Mm.
you're sick. So like, and the only thing I want was that, because when I draw, I forget my pain, the physical pain as well. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
were you aware of it at that moment when
No.
you no, but you just know how to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, that's very easy. Whatever makes you happy, that's what makes you feel better, right? So if you like dancing, that's what you have to do. You got to dance, because that's what makes you happy. It doesn't matter what age you are, or you just do it. Like when I was young, I couldn't afford to play the piano. My dad really wanted to put me in, because I don't ask anything from my parents. That was the probably the only thing I asked, and he couldn't afford it. So when I was older, I got my own keyboard. I'm in piano class. I'm not that great, but yeah, I do it. So it's not about, from young what makes you happy, okay? And not everything we have to pursue as a career, like playing the piano. I don't want to be a pianist. I just love the fact that I can play piano. That's it. It makes me happy, feeling that like you've done something that you couldn't do before, and you can do it now. So whatever makes us happy, we should just do it. Like, yeah, it's not about making it a career at all. If you love drawing, it makes you happy, you want to make it a career, great. I knew I want to make it a career, so that's why I'm doing it. But if you don't want, like, say dancing, you just love dancing, and it's not like you want to make it a career, who says you can't dance? Who
Yeah, who
says
says
you
you
shouldn't? Who says you shouldn't do it? Yeah.
can't? No, I
Yeah.
don't say I can't dance. I love dancing. I can dance. It's just I can't dance as well as I used to dance in the.
Okay, okay lah, that part I also understand.
So when we have our party, we shall dance together. Alia is already putting up the hand. I think that she's
Ah.
putting up the hand because she's going to join me on the 30th if she's chosen. Tapi kita tengok whether Alia has got competitors here. Okay, Alia?
Ooh.
Yeah. Because Alia is always ready to ask me questions, right? So tell me, so the reason I got introduced to you is actually, of course, to our dear Alia, one. Number two, because she couldn't stop singing praises of you. So I put was sikit lah because she said, nice like this, nice like that. And then, of course, I saw the post that Akrab made, and on Tommy Goes to Heaven. And I've got the book, and so Tommy Goes to Heaven is a book on grief for children, and it's beautiful, right? And so I'm I don't know, Alia, if you can put the link here. So for those who are looking for Christmas gifts, simple Christmas gifts, here's an opportunity to pay for this book. To pay for the book and give it as a gift, because Lina has written this lovely book called Tommy Goes to Heaven, which is a beautiful digital book which you can download only for 10 ringgit until bila tu.
20th of December, and then it's not going to be there. Yeah. So,
So you have this opportunity to gift a virtual gift, which is a book for 10 ringgit, and at the same time, contribute to a cause. Now, so you're going to do that, but let's talk about Tommy Goes to Heaven, right? So you've written this book on grief, right? So tell us what made you write this book first, Lina.
okay, first and foremost, I wasn't thinking about writing a book. I was busy painting, right? I'm doing oil paintings, but I do illustration. I'm a self-taught artist. Everything I learn is, by watching videos and trying out. And I've been using Photoshop and all that. And then one day, my cat Tommy died. So when she died, before she died, when she was in the hospital, you saw in the video, I had a dream. Okay, when you love your pets or anyone you love, right, it's very hard when they get sick, right, and like they're on the gas mask and all that. I had a dream and I saw her in this large green field and bright blue sky. Okay, and the pictures was so bright in my dream. I don't know whether it was a dream or a vision. And then when my conscious moment kicks in, and then I start telling myself, Lina, you should be thinking of Tommy coming back home instead, not this. I tried to imagine that, but it didn't work. So because of the colors were too bright, and then I just like, okay, I just saw her there very happy. And next day I got the call from the doctor saying that she has gone. So it's really hard to go through grief like this, even for adults. Now, because I know about self-limiting beliefs, and also that like things that happens from us from young, it does affect us when we grow up, right? And even death. All right, so I spoken to my coach, and even some people, because of the death of a pet, they couldn't love people after that, so that happens. So we don't know. And then I just had this thing, like, I should write a book about Tommy. I told my husband I should write a book about Tommy. I didn't know what, and then the idea just came. And then I thought about it a lot, and I wanted it to be something that uh, gets people through the transition of grief. Now, because I started painting first, the picture that the vision that I saw, right? And then when I was painting, as much as painful as it was, I remembered the feeling that Tommy was happy there. So when you feel that your pet is happy up there in heaven, or how can you not be happy for your pet or anyone that you love? Like, I am sad. Yes, I know. I acknowledge that I am sad, but she's happy. So how can I not be happy for my happy cat? So I wanted that to, people to feel that if you've lost your pet and they've gone to heaven, they are happy, and they want us to, not be sad for them, right? So I put a lot of thought into the book, and how to, like, express it and all that. Even though it's a children's book, it's not just like, you just write a book. It's really something that I really want to have the message in. So when I created all that, and so far, the feedback has been good. I've like, some people say, oh, this book is really, it teaches kids to love pets, teaches them this. And like Dr. Ali is saying, don't forget there's also activities. Yeah. And because, like, when you talk about grief, it's very hard to tell a child, like, okay, God loves them more and all this. You can tell, but when you tell the child in a story form, it gets to them through the heart. When you tell a child, it's okay, they are just, it maybe it won't reach them so much, right? So that's why the book came out. And because I wanted it to be like, okay, it's a sad story, but I want the children to be happy. Then I thought, okay, let's put some activities as well inside. So that's like, what makes us happy? Coloring. Come on, everybody loves coloring. All right. So like I put this, I turn the Tommy, the pictures and all into the black and white, and then I make it into, that coloring activity. So the book is about 100 plus pages. And so you read the story and then you have the activities which you can print out unlimited times. And even my friend was like, she's a school teacher today, posted about her. We gifted some books to the children there because they're not all like 10 ringgit for them. Some of them is like months of savings. So it's like we gifted some books, and like my friend was saying, some of the it's not easy to teach kids. Sometimes they lose track and they're not too interested. And she said when I showed the book, everyone was so excited, like excited. And some of the kids who don't come out and put out their hands, they said that, oh no, no, I want to read the book first, out loud in front of the other students. And I told my God, oh my God, that touched my heart so much. Because if just this book can make a child be excited to read, okay, to read, or like and my friend was explaining about publishers, authors and all that. And they were surprised that how come an author can be the illustrator and also have their own company to publish the book. And then they understand now that that's also possible. So who knows, right? These kids might have some ideas. Oh, maybe I love writing. And then if you don't write, maybe your friends love writing and you can draw. You can do something together. So they have this like, wow, okay, creativity already embed some bits and pieces into them. So to me, when the book touches kids that way, oh, I don't know how to say it. It's like I told my mom this, this is why God gave me the idea to write the book. This is
Oh,
this is really, I mean, like Tommy is my inspiration. Tommy gave me the idea, and God gave me the idea so that this can happen for the kids. So I really feel good. This is why I say do things that you're passionate about. It makes sense. When you
mm.
have passion, it's just gonna turn out great. For
I
me,
just
it's
want to
yeah.
tell you that the idea of grief that you've shared is so powerful. But before that, Gerald has asked, how do we purchase the book?
Oh, you go to the website link, right? You just click buy now. So you
So, what
can,
is
yeah.
the website?
It's quite long, but I did a short one. It's linaali.com/Tommy. You'll get to that page as well. Yeah.
linaali.com
.com/
slash
Tommy. T
slash.
O yeah,
Okay. So I
TOMMY.
will see. Kirtana is listening to this. Maybe Kirtana can try and find the site and put it up. Or, I'm sure
Yeah.
Dato Aya can help us too. So,
Yeah, she has
yeah,
the link as well.
we'll put the link. And Cheryl says, show us the book. Do you have anything that you can show us? No.
Okay. Show you the book. Let me see.
She's going to use her phone to show. So while she do that, Alina, I wanted to tell you that I could relate to when you said, how children are not. So what I thought was nice about the book is this, right? I mean, in this year, I think I have been working on the subject of grief just in my life, right? Because there's been quite a bit of grief that actually had come on to me, and oh, thanks, Gerald. And I lost my can't see, but I think Gerald has put it up. linaali.com/Tommy, and Cheryl has also put it up. So we have everyone who has
Yeah.
put it up. So we have
Thank
now.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Cheryl. Thank you, Gerald. So please go and download and give it out as gifts, right, for kids to read. But when I read your book, and when I hear you speaking, it actually reminded me in my own grief space. So I had a dog, and my dog's name was Tony, right? And
Oh,
he was yeah, Tony, and he was my best friend. So what was interesting is this year when I was dealing with some stuff, I've never been able to have a dog because I lost Tony, and I don't.
mm,
I was afraid of loving another dog or loving. So what you said about when we don't deal with grief, right? We begin to fear grief. And if you don't want to experience losses, so for me, because I don't want to experience losses, the gift I was giving up is the gift of loving.
mm, yes.
Yeah. And so for me, I love dogs, right? Despite that, I didn't have courage to have another dog, right? Yeah, so I mean, I can relate to that. And but I do have a dog now, which I'm not sure whether it's my dog, but it's Luna. And it took me a lot of courage because the dog is more for my kids. But it has taken me a lot of courage to give my heart away to Luna because I'm so afraid something will happen to her and I can't deal with it.
Yeah. But, that's good observation on your side because you realize that there's another thing about children. They don't really express it the way we do. They don't analyze things, the way maybe they don't know how. So sometimes they don't talk about their grief. They just don't want to keep any more pets. And it's not just kids, it's actually adults too. Even my husband was saying that because I have seven more cats, okay, I've been taking care of a lot of cats all my life. So and then I told my husband it's hard for me, so sometimes he will be, we still feel sad about Tommy because we haven't had a cat died in many years, even though we had, so many. And then like I told him, maybe, in a way it's good that they go first because who's going to take care of them when we go? So I told him maybe this is the best that we can give these cats, that we they go first. It's hard, but like kids, they grow up, they can take care of themselves, right? But our cats are like house cats, they don't go out. So how they gonna find food and fight with other cats? So
Nice.
sometimes we gotta think that we it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm sure for you also, like there will be that fear when someone else is going to go. Like our cats are quite old, and then we don't know who's going to go next. But we already know it's going to happen and it's going to hurt. We are more like open to it, and when it does, like if I can remember Tommy in heaven and I can imagine them together in heaven. Maybe, I won't feel so bad because they're happy. Come on, for God's sake, heaven is a happy place. They have food, they have everything. So they can
And then
dance. Look at Tommy. I did a TikTok, okay, for Tommy, and she's like dancing, dancing. It's like, you know, it's just like they are happy. And
thank you.
yeah. So I know it's hard. I can't imagine because I had a lot of cats dying
Yeah,
as
so but
well.
for me is this right? I never knew. So the reason I figured that, or the way I actually came through that was, I know I didn't want to have a dog. That was clear for me, and I had my like so-called logical reasons, right? But this year, when I had to really deal with grief, I then realized why I didn't know how to deal with grief because I've never dealt with grief. So I had a couple of beyond the dog. The dog was one, and then I had two other love affairs. My childhood love affairs. And when they died, they were very close to my heart, and I didn't deal with that. Or we were in circumstances where you just move on, right? And I didn't know I was holding that grief until I started doing some work around grief because I was having difficulty supporting, someone I love in grief. And that's when I realized that, I had to revisit the grief that I had buried, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and Tony was one of them. Actually, all of them seem to be male. Lah. so, so that's why now I'm drawing all the love of my life. So, what was really interesting when you said that is that, see, the book you're writing, because I think as a child, I mean, forget about as a child, right? As an adult, I didn't know that was in my system. I didn't know that not releasing that grief didn't, had held me back from loving because I was afraid of the weight of grief of losing someone. So if I don't want to
Yeah.
lose, I don't love because when you don't
Yeah.
love, you don't have to
You
lose.
don't lose. Yeah, that's true. You don't have to.
And
You don't have
when
to deal with it again.
yeah, you don't love, you don't live,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Also, yeah,
Right.
that's
So
the thing.
that's what is amazing about your book because the book may look very simple, but you are helping, both children and adults to get in touch that it is okay to love and it's okay to grieve. and it's okay to be happy, and it's okay to have all of this, because this is part of the loving experience, because you can't have one without the other.
That
And this
is
is
so
why we
true.
all should read Tommy Goes to Heaven, right?
Oh my god, you should write a book. You're really good at writing. Like,
I'm
writing
writing
is not really my
poems.
skill.
I'm writing
Okay.
poems, and I'm braving myself to publish my poems.
Oh
Let's see.
wow,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome.
I'm braving myself. Let's see what happens. Cheryl says, can relate to Malar. She lost cuddles in 2017 and have yet to have another one since. Cheryl, I wouldn't have understood this statement a year ago. Now I get it. All right. And
Yeah.
Alina, what is interesting? I forgot how Tony looks, because we didn't have much photos, right? And recently, when I was going through my old photos, the Luna that we have is very similar to the Tony I had.
Oh, oh.
That was
And
anyway.
and and you know what? You know what? Honestly, sadness, grief, it's not to say it will leave us 100%. Okay, I still do feel sad about Tommy going away. But when you, like I said, when you have a happy feeling, which is more than that, you can't, you acknowledge the grief, but you don't live in the grief, which is
Nice.
very, very important. You don't live in it. You can move on. I can still paint. I couldn't paint for maybe a few days or whatever, but I can still paint. If I was living in grief, maybe I don't want to look at cats. I don't want to paint anymore. I can, that will affect. If I can't look at cats and I'm not happy and I love cats, that will affect me painting. It does affect our mind. So we have to deal with the worst things that happen to us. We have to deal with it. We have to acknowledge it, and we have to find a way to like accept it and still be happy. And like you said, I like what you said. You said that it's okay to be happy. Sometimes, when people pass away, the ones we love. My dad, my younger brother passed away. He was in an accident. Like, who knows? He was very young. I think 32 or something like that. So it's not easy. It's not easy for me. It was not easy for my mom. And when I think about myself, I think about my mom. Look, her son died. How is that? So, but we will always miss the people that has gone in our life. But I saw my dad in that special place as well, and I told my brother, oh my god, it's such a nice place, I want to go there. you know so when you have that feeling, how can you feel bad? It's just like it's a temporary thing that we're separated. We're all gonna die, and if we get to the good place, then we all can be in the same place, isn't it? So how can I
Yeah.
feel bad about my dad? So how can I feel bad about Tommy? So there is that love, there is that happy feeling that they are feeling, that I feel as well, which is very important. And like if we were taught this from young, maybe we won't carry it so much till we're adult. Yeah.
Mm, mm. Wow. Phew. Perth Paul says, sadness brought greater
Yeah.
bonding when I lost my mom. That's what.
True.
So we're almost going into the closing, and I think you have
Ooh, so fast.
very beautifully connected us with the need to grieve, because when you love, I think grief is inevitable.
Yeah, it is very.
That's what I think. And there was something that I wrote on grief, and so for me is grief is the loss and longing that we experience because you don't have a form to express your love. I can't touch this person anymore. I can't talk. I can't hear his voice anymore. Right? Not being able to experience love, express and experience love in the way I long for with this person, because this person is not physically present.
Physically there.
For
Mm.
me, that's grief. And I don't think it can ever go away, because the only reason I grieve for people is because I love them, and they've had an impact, and they've left footprints in my heart. And I don't want to let go of that longing, because the longing will be there, but I can still continue to love and have courage to love, right? Because in other relationships, because that's what life is all about. You don't shut down. Yeah, because I think there are some people in my life whom I've lost. Either they've left the world or left me. The longing is always there, and it's grief, right? But to
Yes.
be able to re-anchor grief and say, you know what, I'm just going to remember the beautiful moments we had. I'm going to celebrate. The reason there was grief is because there was love. I'm going to celebrate the love we shared, the moments that we shared. But there will always be the vacuum of not having the expression. So I don't think, especially if someone, leaves the world, I don't think the vacuum they leave ever totally goes away, or neither do we have to rush to replace it,
Yeah.
right? But
Very, very, very true. Very.
yeah,
We just have to acknowledge it.
mm,
Acknowledge it, and like you said, it's not about, like, the grief won't go away.
mm,
On my wedding, my father wasn't there. Of course I would feel it, but doesn't mean like I can't be happy still, right?
on my wedding day.
And yeah, we have to be happy for them as well. They don't want to see us sad.
Mm.
If we are parents ourselves, we don't want our kids to be sad when looking from heaven, right? We don't want our kids to be sad. We gotta have that kind of, it's not easy. Come on, it's not easy. I can still cry. I can still cry, but it's okay. It's really okay, and it's okay to be happy. And a lot of people don't know that. They feel that they feel guilty if they're happy, which is not
So
true. It's not
what
true.
you're saying is that, all right, the grief will be there because the person made a difference, but we can be happy in the midst of the grief and the loss that we experience of another person not being present at the moment that you are longing for them, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Right? Nice
definitely,
one.
definitely.
Nice one. I think we should do something on grief. Cheryl, Cheryl says, agrees with Patpal. My mom and I got closer when we lost my brother. Yeah.
I
Wow. And
That's a
Alice,
wow. Yeah.
yeah, that's huge. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you,
And
Patpal, for
thanks for
sharing.
sharing also. It's not easy to share. It's not even easy to share. I do know that.
And Alia says, Patpal bought so many books to contribute, so thank you. So, Patpal, thank
Yes,
you for your
Purpa,
generosity,
thank you. Yes, really appreciate that.
and do more. by, by sharing and telling other people to buy
Yes,
this. Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Which we're supporting a good cause anyway, and yeah.
All
And,
right.
and and tell me about the book. I love when people tell me, like, they enjoyed the book.
Okay, so
It
tell
means a
everybody,
lot.
please tell Lina you enjoyed the book when once you've read it. It's a quick book to read, but and it's a beautiful book. Oh, hi Nimala. So last question, right? If
Mhm.
you had to leave us with um, uh, a wisdom that you've gained through your artwork that heals, through writing Tommy Goes to Heaven, right? On grief and on loving and on living our lives, and to be true to ourselves. What's the one thing you would like to leave us with, Lina?
Do what makes you happy. Don't let anything stop you. If you're in grief, if you're feeling sad, if drawing makes you happy, if dancing makes you happy, do it. If you like in the initial stage, if you're worried what people might think if I dance, because I'm supposed to be grieving, don't show it in front of others. Do it for yourself, not do it for others. Do what makes you happy is very, very important.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just according to Lina, just do it.
Yes,
Go.
just do it. All right.
Oh, Cheryl thinks my laughter needs.
Wow. Oh my god, that's like wow.
No, I'll tell you, my mother listens to this. Some of my friends are very embarrassed because I laugh very loud. So in my growing years, I was not allowed to laugh loudly like this because as a girl, you don't laugh like this. I think all my suppressed laughter is coming. So when I'm sad, I laugh. When I'm angry, I also can laugh. So laughter is my bio energy. But Cheryl, I've never thought of making it.
Patenting.
So that's a
You'll
good
probably be the first one.
one. Brighten my laughter. Sharon says, I wanted to write a children's book for the longest time.
Oh,
The
wow.
document is still sitting on my desktop. Thanks for inspiring me to do something about it. Well, if Alia was reading this, she will say, go and have a coffee and a cake with Lina Ali because she can
Yes.
mentor you and coach you into doing this. And Cheryl, just to let you know, Lina is in Kelana Jaya. That means you actually can meet Lina and me if
Wow.
you're in Kelana,
Oh,
okay?
wow. We're all Klana people. You see, Klana people rocks. So you should write a book, Cheryl.
The most amazing women live in Kelana Jaya. Okay, some people live in Dutamas.
Alamak,
Sorry.
sorry lah. Okay, you secondary lah. Ada parts.
Tak ada kita dua Kelana Jaya. It's just
Okay.
about us today. All right. So are you ready for your rapid fire, darling?
Rapid fire?
Rapid fire means I ask you, just close your eyes and answer.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Not suddenly, kan, so much talking. I forgot about that.
It's okay. I'm sure you'll rock this. Very few. So our session is known as being whole, being me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just need to finish the sentence. Art makes me whole. Finish the sentence.
Oh my God. Uh, it's not a full sentence. Art make me whole. Okay. Oh, art makes me whole and happy to my deepest core.
Whoa! Whoa! That's so nice.
I gotta be a little bit poetic, right?
Nice,
Because I'm
nice.
talking to you.
I love it. I love it. I must show you the book so they give me ideas for artistic impressions of a book.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. I love anyone to share with me or ask me anything because, I'm not to say that I'm the greatest, but if you do need help, because people have shown me their artworks and stuff, and I feel good that, like you are expressing. And I do give pointers, and some people call me out and say, Lina, where could I, sell here, sell that? If you want pointers, I can give you. There's nothing
So
that
what
I
Lina is
won't help.
saying is that she's not great, but she is okay. So just get hold of. I mean, seriously, right? Like I'm not great, but you know what? I can help you. So she is great. Get in touch with her. She's offering her services. Just get it. All right. Now, the power of art is underestimated.
Oh, this underestimated. Oh my God, malas, susahnya. Okay. The
Think
power.
Brad, think of
Yeah, yeah,
Tommy,
yeah.
and you will get it.
The power of art is underestimated. It is the most powerful and gives me goosebumps. The most powerful and yeah, the most powerful thing in life. I don't know how how else to say it.
That's fine. And with art, art is a gift to humankind because
Oh, because without art, there is no life. There is no world.
the one thing that people don't know about Lina Ali.
uh, okay, yeah, very private person. So the one thing, uh, when I play with children, I love children. You can't tell whose voice is shouting. You can't tell who is shouting, who is screaming. Usually I'm the loudest, but yeah, I really play with the kids, and that's how I play.
The one magic my art creates.
The one magic my art creates is it makes you feel how you want to feel. I
Whoa!
wish.
Lina Ali, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Mala. I'm sweating, answering your question. Oh my God, I'm not a spontaneous person, by the way. So I don't
But
people
you
know
did
that.
well. You did well. That's the whole idea.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have a whole load of people who want to seek revenge on the 30th because I have now two more people who said they're going to ask me questions. So, yeah, you can see me in the hot seat on the 30th. So, Lina Ali, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing your love, life in art and your story with us. Please connect with Lina Ali. Please remember to download the book and share the book and give the book as gifts. If I don't see you between now and next year, I just want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Stay blessed, and we'll have coffee soon because we are really near.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mala. And yeah, thank you for everything. I love you, and we should have coffee. And Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. And to everyone too as well. Okay? Right. Be happy, be happy. Follow your
Be happy.
passion. Be happy.
Be happy. Make love.
Okay.
Lina, thank you very much.
Thank
Um,
you.
I like the way you giggle when I say make love. I was talking about art, okay?
Okay, I was talking about art too. What are you thinking about?
Okay, first of all, before we leave, says Lina, you kicked it, Malan, fantastic as usual. Oh, thank you, Patpa.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much, Lina.
Papa.
We'll catch up. So have a beautiful day, and yeah, wishing you all the best. Thanks, Lina. Bye.
Thank you. Thank
All right, that was Lina Ali. I hope she has inspired you the way what she had inspired me yesterday in our short chat, and of course today. This is Malar, and you are in Being Ho, Being Me. So if you want to be, if you have questions for me, please put it up. Or if you want to come live and ask me questions and have fun and put me on hot seat, PM me, DM me, or tell me like all these guys who are telling me because they are all. Ganging up together against me. But we're gonna have some fun on the 30th. I'm going to like really have thick skin to handle the questions. I'm sure we'll have fun. With that, next week we have really another exciting artist and actress for a change, and she's going to come and tell us her story and the upcoming project that she's working on. With that, between this week and next week, continue to stay safe, and I hope that you'll have a great time either preparing for holidays, Christmas, or New Year. This is Malar from Hearts and Minds signing off now. Have a good weekend.